Hey everybody, how's it going? I know it's been a while since I've been on here as far as being visible in front of you all. Hi. To those that are new to my channel, welcome, 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 welcome. I'm January Blue. My channel is called The Healing House of January Blue. I haven't been on here face to face with you guys because I haven't been feeling well, and I don't today either, but hey, it is what it is. I went to work, so I'm going to make sure that I, put a message up for the collective. I can't not do my part when it comes to that. I need to uphold my agreement to God with that. He's telling me I need to speak, say what I need to say when he tells me to. So I need to make sure that I'm doing what she tells me to. She tells me to. Lord, Mother, Father, God. But how are you guys? I hope everyone is well. My ears are sticking out like, you know, little elf ears or something like that without the points or whatnot. It's my hat making them do that. But I'm just ending my work day, so I'm about to head inside and, settle down for the evening. And, get some things done that I, can get done today. I had a good day. I have everything I need. I don't need for anything. We always want things, but I don't need for anything. I'm working. I have a job. I have transportation, as you can see behind me. I have a home to go to. I have my loved ones in my corner. The few that I have is very small, but I have a couple people that rock with me, so I'm grateful for that. But I just wanted to get on here and show my face because I've just been kind of recording the last couple of weeks and just been keeping it low key. And a part of that is because I'm not too big on being seen or being the center of attention or just having eyes on me. I don't like that. It's not that I'm shy. I'm definitely not shy. I have been public speaking for, over a little bit over a year. I'm not doing that presently, but, I had gotten all the shyness and all the nervousness out during that year that I had time when I had a venue to speak at to get all of that out. So it's all out of my system. So it's not that. It's just really the eyes on me. I'm just like, ugh. I just don't like that. But it's time for me to come from the background to the forefront now because I've been called to do so by God. So here I am. But, we talk all things healing on this channel. So I'm hoping that you all have been able to continue your healing journeys successfully. I've been having some challenging days, but still working through it. I may have a not so good day. And, another day might be pretty good, but it's just been pretty rough these last 3 months for me as far as my healing journey goes. I would say since January it's been a little bit rough, but I'm working through it. I'm tired, but I'm working through it. There's times where I'm just like, man, when does the break come? But I'm still working through it until the break. And, we can break at any given time. A break doesn't have to be, when I get the money to go on vacation. Man, I'm telling you, when you get tired, you got to take a break then. And, I mean, it might not be the kind of break that you want, on a beach, blue water and all that and smoothies and whatnot. But, you got to find a way with the resources that you do have, with whatever you have around you. Even if you don't have any money, just step outside your door. Or find an area that's local and take a break. Go to your car, take a break. Go in your room, take a break. Shut the door. Nobody in there, take a break. Wherever you can find a quiet space where you feel like you can recalibrate, take a break. Because, we may not get those breaks that we dream of anytime soon, especially if, finances are tight or whatever, or just there might be some stuff that is preventing you to kind of put off, something that you would like to plan that would be, I guess, more fitting for your desires when it comes to a break or a vacation and things like that. So, you just got to break when your nervous system tells you to. When you know you need to take that break, take that break. You take breaks when you're on your job, right? So when it comes to life and mental stressors and strain due to, life's challenges, being on this journey, and especially if you are under attack due to spiritual warfare, you have to take a break. Or else you're going to, crash out, as the young people say nowadays. And when you crash out, then you might not be able to come back from that, and you'll find yourself in a mental institution not being able to regain your faculties, and you don't want to get to that point. That's why healing is so important. So know when to take a break. So I guess a part of this message is about that, knowing when to take a break. I know I take breaks when I need to. I have gotten so much better with that because I didn't used to be good with that. I would just work, and I got this to-do list, and I want to check everything off the to-do list, and it's like, you can't do that sometimes. You have to take a break, or you may have to divide the to-do list up into, or a task a day, and it might take you a month to complete a task. A to-do list that you put together, that you may have wanted to get done in a week. Oh well, it might take you some time. Learn to take your breaks. You got to take care of yourself. That's a part of self-care. Okay, that's really important. But I wanted to talk about on this channel today, I wanted to talk about connections. I'm just looking out. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at you guys in the camera, but the sun just came out from. It's been like kind of like when days are like sunny and then it's like cloudy because it's raining, and it's like a mix of sun and mix of rain and drizzles and stuff like that. It's been that kind of day. It's like been a sunny, rainy mix. So now the sun is out like bright and it's like gorgeous. So I'm just looking out at that. So I have my attention on you guys, but I'm just looking out at the nature. And I just love being outdoors, especially this time of year when it starts to warm up. Summer is my season. Spring is my season. So I'm just enjoying the view. And there's so many trees where I'm at. And so many birds. And I love birds. I just love animals, period, in general. Connections. As you start to heal and you go along your spiritual journey, knowing how to decipher or to categorize your connections with people is important, because as you are healing, you may learn that some of those connections you're going to have to come away from. You're going to have to release some people. You are looking at a woman who's had to release all of her family members, all of them. There's not one that I'm in communication or connection with. It's not that something was said or something was done that I could not forgive them for. And just felt like, they were just a horrible person. It wasn't anything like that. I forgave everyone. That was a part of my lessons. Like I said in one of my messages where you weren't seeing me and it was just a recording, I was talking about how people that are showing us who not to be and what not to do are just basically lessons. So you have to take them for what they are, and apply them to your life so that you can master your lessons. Because again, I was saying how Earth is a school. The interactions that we have with people, the experiences that we have, the different things that happen to us in our life, they are lessons, okay? And you have to take them for what they are, apply them to your life, implement them, and master them so that you can be a better person, so that you can answer the calling when it hits you. When your phone rings from God, you're ready to answer that call. And all of the calls that follow after, right? But we have to be mindful about the connections with people or places and even things. But I'm speaking specifically about people, but they're all important and they all need to be taken into consideration when we are on our healing journey, right? So when we're talking about connections with people, there are going to be some people that you may have to disconnect from. And again, like I said, I've had to disconnect from everyone in my family because they were all toxic. This is what you would call, in my case, and I would say in most divine beings' cases, we're born into karmic family member cycles. Karmic family members and soul family members are totally different tribes. I'll go into discussing what that is, what the difference is. But, you know, and I've ran into some soulmates too, and I'll talk about what they are as well. But, sorry about that noise. That's my little bag, my little snack bag. I had me a little snack earlier, thankfully, because it's like I haven't had snacks in a while. But, the ones that are toxic, those karmic family members or those karmic friends or those karmic relationships, when you're dealing with relationships or marriages and things like that on a romantic level, these people, you won't, as you heal and you go along your spiritual journey, you won't resonate with some of these. You will begin to no longer resonate, is what I meant to say, with these people. And that is because you are elevating, you're evolving, you are shedding the person that you used to be that could tolerate these people. So now your soul is craving deeper connections that have nourishment, that provide your soul with nourishment. That is why when you heal, and as you heal, and the more you heal, again, your soul is going to evolve. So you're going to crave soul connections, which in turn, as you get to certain points on your healing journey, you will come across what is considered soul members or soul family members, however you want to word it. That's because your soul resonates with these people. That's why I call it soul family members. I think most people in the spiritual community call these people that your soul resonates with soul family members. And you will start to gravitate toward them more and less of the karmic family members that are toxic. And karmic is not always bad, because there's good and bad karma, right? But when we're talking about people, usually a lot of times karmic family members or friends or, partners, karmic relationships, those are usually tied to the toxic side of things, okay? But as you heal and as you grow, you're going to crave more of what the soul needs. And that's why we have to be mindful as we are traveling along our spiritual journey and we are growing. Listen to your soul, pay attention to that. It's telling you something. It's letting you know, hey, we're needing to come away from this connection because it doesn't serve me. And it may not serve you at all, or it might serve you to a certain extent. But if it doesn't serve you fully, then really what is the point in keeping that connection? That is something that you would have to ask yourself. That is something that I had to ask myself as I disconnected from everyone that were my karmic family members. I hope this is still, you can hear me.